I will remember you. Will you remember me? That's all I know of this song. I can't remember the rest of the words.
That was perfect. You guys might remember the plasmatic discharger as one of the best weapons in the game, but in a recent nerf, it no longer really functions that way. I call it a nerf, but frankly, this is how the weapon was always supposed to behave. It has always ticked on smashers and the Storm King end phase and takers, for whatever reason, way quicker than it was supposed to, and it is now doing the intended amount of damage, which means a lot of people don't know how to handle mini bosses anymore. Well, rest assured, there are a lot of fantastic weapons in the game. I'll link my top 10 best weapons video down below if you guys want to see that. But something that might not even be on that list is the Deciblaster, which is actually coming out very soon in game. Timeline down below if you guys are curious what season it comes out, usually around mid-July. But this weapon is actually kind of crazy, and it flies under a lot of people's radar because of the way you have to use it. You cannot just shoot it at an enemy and expect them to die. I actually did cover this weapon on the channel before, link to that down below. I ran a boom base build in that video, and today we're going to be running Totally Rocking Out, so it's a little different and a lot stronger. But in that video, you could see if you shoot through the nurse, she just kind of heals and heals. But if you shoot at the ground with a ceiling on top, it'll bounce up to 5 times, which is really, really effective and effectively quintuples its damage. That can be really, really good because when you bring that up against a 250 power level smasher, they disappear pretty quickly. And I can even show you some of the mini boss footage from that video. Now, it doesn't completely annihilate it like the Discharger would have done on a Smasher model mini boss, but that's kind of normal. Mini bosses have like 30 million health, and that is doubled effectively if they have the tank modifier, which reduces the incoming damage by half. So, normally in game, mini bosses can take anywhere from 20 to over a minute to kill, and if it does take over a minute, they do despawn, so try to use your best weapons, try to use some teamwork. You could use the pot shot, maybe, link to that video down below, but the Deciblaster is a really, really fun pick, and it can be any element. So, if you hang on to like 4 copies of these, and it has some excellent perk options, it can be really, really good. And while the 6 perk is not super effective versus mist monsters or bosses, as it does nothing, it does make it a very effective crowd clearing weapon. So if you were crazy enough, you could use it as your primary weapon. So we're going to be running Demolitionist Penny in the lead. She's in the Shadow Ops set in the collection book, or Military Llamas if you get super lucky. You could Flux her. She's the only hero in the game that actually directly buffs launchers. Totally Rocking Out, super overkill. This is going to be a fun video. Battle Beat, just so that we can activate it consistently, and Subwoofers. I want to be able to crit a lot whenever I need it to happen, so that's what that's going to be. And of course, I'm not a complete psychopath. 8-bit demo just to reduce the ammo cost should be great. He'll save us on some rocket ammo. And Saurian Hide. The mission that I'm specifically recording in today is a fire and acid pools mission. I have been taking a lot of damage. I am just going to protect against that. There aren't that many heroes that directly buff launchers significantly, so honestly, we're not losing out on too much damage there. And while in the past I did use Locked and Reloaded for the extra 15% after reloading, I think Rex Jonesy is going to be totally fine. He's passive, just does some extra damage, and does a great job. So yeah, the weapon is getting boosted by Totally Rocking Out and Demo Penny and Rockin' Riff, but that should be plenty. Let's check it out. All right, let's showcase how to use the Deciblaster. It is not like this. While it does pierce enemies and it does do decent damage, I already showed this clip kind of earlier, but going up against the nurse, you kind of have to crit to do any meaningful damage. But what you really want to do is this. Set up an area where you've got a floor and a ceiling. It'll bounce 5 times and just annihilate everything. And I'm going to show you real quick here on the Smasher. So you just get it set up like that. Pop a wafer. And it does a lot of damage. It looked like we were critting for over 1 million, so if that Smasher had enough health to demonstrate it, that would have been over 5 million damage from one shot. And while I wasn't planning to show off 2 Smashers, I mean, he is just right here. Wait for him to do his thing, and then, yeah. Like, that's from one single shot. It's a really, really effective weapon if you know how to use it. You see, no bouncing, bouncing, does a lot more. Works against crows as well, actually. No bouncing necessary there. I love that new voting menu. I've probably mentioned that a couple times in videos now, but it's so satisfying. Like, look how annoying it is to ignore. If you're an AFK player who's not doing anything at all, like, that's so frustrating. So, we've trapped this mission kind of specifically. We are enjoying a lot of 1-tile high roofs where applicable, not always possible. We're doing a nice gas trap floor freeze defense, and I only put 1 tar pit here, but on the west side I corrected that mistake by putting a lot of tar pits. I do not typically recommend spamming tar pits. That is an extremely wasteful thing to do. However, in this instance, I want smashers to be completely stopped so that we can, you know, take care of them nice and easy. So, without further ado, I actually thought we were going to do this sooner. Let's shoot down the balloon and get her going. While I don't have any specific base perks in this build, I did put down my base because it does do something. You know, there is a little bit of armor on there that actually protects our walls. So, here you can see in the spawn area of the enemies, just shoot it up and down, and it's practically, like, overkill. This should not be anybody's primary weapon. It's so unnecessary for regular targets, but it looks like we're actually taking some unnecessary damage over here. Yeah, it seems like a lot of enemies have gone onto that ramp, and they don't really know where to go. I'm gonna let my teammates deal with that one, because what I really want to take care of are situations like these. Lots of enemies in one spot, going up and down. Yeah, like, it's so much damage that we might as well... I recorded my pot shot video, linked to that down below, with the disintegrator as my primary weapon, and maybe I should have done that as well. It seems like very little effort, this thing will just take out everything in a line. We need some smashers. We need to bully some mist monsters. Oh, what a beautiful sight. Look at all these enemies. And you can also go side to side as well. Just zigzag through the entire tunnel and take out everything in sight. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it when we have no spawn traps, just a wall launcher pushing them down. Or actually, there was a wall launcher over here, I thought. Maybe I failed to. I think it's a tire trap, putting them all into this one spot. Yeah, that is so good. All right, finally a mist monster. So they're shooting at me. That's a bad idea. But we can just do that real quick. Takes out a 250 power level mist monster just like that. I'm eating the wafer just for health, because Toy Rockin' Out heals you, but that is so good. Is that even going to do any damage? It's a little hard to set up ceilings everywhere, but what you can do sometimes is shoot it on the ground, and then it'll knock the enemies backwards into the projectile once again. So you can hit them 2 times with 1 shot without much setup, but this looks to be what I was almost hoping for. I want to see a smasher. Where are the 250 power level smashers? Here we go. 250 power level smasher spotted. He's in a slow field, and he's a little bit out of my range. And while I didn't get the whole kill on my own, Storm Guide is using a very similar weapon, being the Deciblaster. If you guys didn't know, the Deciblaster is actually identical to the Deciblaster. So if you're ever using one, okay, I guess the perks do vary, and my joke's not perfect, but yeah, look at that damage, dude. That was without Totally Rockin' Out active in advance. And while you can't always have a ceiling on top of them every time, it is nice to chase him regardless, because that is so much damage. It went down so easily. Again, shoot it diagonally like that, and you can clean out an entire crowd of enemies, you know, pretty conveniently. It's not perfect, but it does a pretty great job. I used to not actually like the Deciblaster. It was Magist, actually, our old community manager, and Archer, who brought to my attention that the bouncing nature of this weapon is the best part about it. The fact that with the right conditions, you can double in that case, or quintuple the damage you're dealing, makes it so much stronger than I ever thought it was, and it does a really great job. I understand that it's 30 energy cells per shot, and that the video you're watching right now is extremely expensive, but it is... Oh, actually, now that I'm speaking out loud, I think... That was awesome, by the way. I think I might have a dead perk. Explosive weapons have a 20% not to consume ammo. Does that actually apply to this? I haven't been paying too much attention, but I'm going to spam some shots for some... Okay, it did work. It did work. It's not explosive ammo weapons, it's explosive weapons. We're good. We're good. If I had accidentally used a dead perk, I definitely wanted that noted in the video so that you guys didn't make the same mistake. But yeah, cleaning through these normal enemies is awesome. I'm going to pause again until we see a mist monster. You know, I can say one thing, although my teammates are cleaning these ones out. The gas traps are doing a very good job. I feel like a lot of people don't use gas traps nowadays because ceiling electric fields are really popular and tire traps are really spammable, but I've been saying this in my daily videos for years. Floor freeze and gas is actually a really effective combo. I understand that the enemy pictured right here is not dying very quickly, but he's completely stalled. That's kind of my point. The floor freeze completely stops them, the gas trap does good continuous damage, and basic targets are never going to get through. That's why I'm hunting mist monsters right now, because while I am showcasing a very strong weapon, these normal enemies are just completely unnecessary to shoot at. This tunnel is going to kill all of them very easily. We don't even have any wall traps here, or, now that I just realized it, gas traps either. So let me put down some of these and demonstrate exactly what I'm trying to show. Yeah, it's not going to be a problem. I want to find some smashers, but I know that on the 10th file, we're going to get a mini-boss. So, flinger, that's pretty awesome. We bounced it up into the second shot. But yeah, wave 10 is about when we see the mini-boss. If this is something I can kill, I am going to be so happy. Where is it? All right, Ricochet. Ouch. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for you guys. Here we go. Look at that damage, though. We did 1/8 of its health with 1 shot. That is really good by the standards of mini-bosses. I am going to need to get some floor freeze, or healing pads, meaning ready to go. He is on a ramp right now, which is really tricky, but if you're ever in that situation, you can go side to side like that. Looking up in the upper left, it looks like we've done a quarter of its health with 2 shots. Now, Ricochet is kind of brutal. That's going to be bad for really any weapon you're using besides melees and abilities, but I could at least try. Here, I'll eat a wafer, and I'll try to do as much as I can. Like, that's pretty good. That shot, and it looked like help from a teammate, another quarter of its health with 1 shot. I'm hoping the viewers at home watching this while you eat your breakfast or your dinner, your lunch, whatever I'm entertaining you through, brushing your teeth, you can at least understand that, like, if it wasn't Ricochet, this mini-boss would have been dead a while ago. This is the least efficient way to do this. Oh, shoot. Okay, that was a lot of enemies right here. All right, Ricochet mini-boss just hit me hard. Okay, no, we gotta get the healing pad down. There we go. Jump over here. Reloading. I thought I was going to lunge up on top. There we go. That's ceiling. Taking care of these mist monsters, no problem. Each of them have about 1.6 million health on their own, and it looks like that ammo did get saved. And the mini-boss is not standing out to my eyes right now, so I'm missing him, but it does look like he's right here, and he teleported away. I believe that took longer than 1 minute, so he despawned, which is unfortunate, but at least we have a smasher here. All right, let's eat the wafer. Look down. He doesn't stand a chance. He's been dead for a while, and the model doesn't even know it. I love it. I wonder if there are some smashers on... Okay, here we go. This east side. This is where I want to be, right here. 2 smashers. 2 smashers. Here we go. Oh, yeah. I know that he shot a Deciblaster as well, but just annihilated. Annihilated. I love it. Fatties also have about 1 million health on their own. Pretty big enemies in their own regard. Here we got another smasher up top. 2 of them. There we go. Here, they're in the tar pits. That's the intended use case of that. And they're dead again. Like, this thing is a smasher annihilator. If you have a 1 tile high roof and I guess some decent traps, look at them go. It's no problem. That might have been a teammate helping as well, but this is what I really wanted to show with this weapon. This might end up being a shorter video because I had to cut out so much downtime in this mission. Got a little unlucky with the spawns, but I am happy to say that I can now demonstrate what I've really been wanting to show. Like, that is so good. Half of its health right there, and the other half is gone. That is an extremely effective way to take care of one of the strongest enemies in the entire game. So, if you are one of those people who really like the discharger and you miss your monster weapon, this is something that you might have never even considered. It does take a little bit of setup. I understand that this isn't going to help you in the MSK fight, and it's not going to do everything, but all you got to do is build your ceiling tiles just 1 tile lower, maybe 2 if you were going 3 tiles up, and shoot at the floor. Shoot at the walls, shoot at the floor. It is really, really effective. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see my videos early, you can become a channel member. All my videos do go out for free, but if you want to get that sneak peek, you can do so there. Description down below. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and enjoy the Deciblaster. Have a good rest of your day. And then...